So this past weekend, it was UFC London with Volkov and Aspinall being the main event. Pretty solid card, probably the best card of the year, to be honest with you. It kind of was a card that was pretty much full of prospects, a lot of big-ish names in it. And I was thinking I could do a review of this, but what I want to do, because there was, like I said, it's a card full of prospects. So what I want to do is kind of pick out the 3 fighters which I think really are going to be the ones to watch out for. Because there was a lot of amazing fighters who I feel could be great in the near future. And there's also some fighters which I feel are a bit, how would I explain this, a little bit messy to watch. Maybe not the cleanest fighters, but still fighters who are doing good. I think Paddy's one of them. I think Molly McCann's another. But we'll go through this. So what I want to do first is I want to go through some honourable mentions. Guys who I thought really looked pretty good. This is going to sound like a weird one. I thought Jay Herbert actually was doing really, really well. Up until, obviously, the point where he got KO'd in the second round. Yeah, he was doing pretty well. With Ilia Topuria, he's 12-0, and sometimes with a lot of these prospects who come in undefeated, a lot of times they're undefeated because they haven't really been tested, and it's the same with so many undefeated fighters who come into the UFC. You look at Chimaev, same thing, he ain't fought nobody, really. Same with Khabib, he didn't fight anybody up until he come to the UFC. So the UFC is where you get tested, and he did good, and he put in probably, I don't know, it might actually be, thus far anyway, I think it might be KO of the year, to be honest with you, because the way he deaded Herbert, it was absolutely brutal, and I really think that he was losing that fight, Ilia Topuria, in my opinion. But you know, Herbert, he showed that, again, like we say, one punch can change everything, and obviously he's got the little beef with Paddy. That'd be a great fight, especially after a knockout like that, and especially the way Paddy gets hit a lot. I think, you know, they're trying to make Paddy almost this new pay-per-view star in a way, but I think with that you need to be careful with the matchmaking with Paddy, because there's a lot of matchups which would just be horrible for him. But yeah, either way though, it was still a good comeback from Ilia Topuria, and again, Herbert was doing alright, in fairness. Topuria did get on top of him in the first round, was able to get him down with the big takedown, but as the sort of round went on, Herbert sort of came into a lot more, looked pretty clean on the feet especially, and this out of nowhere, and this is a theme of this card, there was a lot of out of nowhere KOs. So yeah, good from Topuria. I think he's definitely got something about him, and I would love to see him on Paddy next. I think that's a good fight to make. Another one who I think was really impressive on this, Paul Craig, somebody who obviously got that wit and charm that a lot of Scots have, and he's talking about a Glasgow homecoming against Anthony Smith, which I think would be a great fight. The light heavyweight division is a very, very shoddy division in my opinion. I think, yeah, I'd say it's the weakest in the whole of the UFC, to be honest with you. But yeah, Paul Craig, again, he's been impressive to me, Paul Craig, for a while. It's obviously last year beat Jamal Hill. And then the year before that, he had a lot of cancellations. Was supposed to fight Ryan Spawn, never happened. He obviously fought Mauricio Rua and then Antigolov. Again, I do wonder, you know, when it comes to fight like Paul Craig, he's 34 years old, and at this point, I don't think real age really means all that much at this point, to be honest. In this specific division, obviously, age is a big factor in a lot of, I think, maybe other divisions when you've got real killers. Yeah, I'd be interested to see though how this light heavyweight division shapes up. And you know, to his credit, with Paul Craig, his whole his jiu-jitsu, I think, I'm not gonna say it's underrated because people know what he is, but I don't know, I feel like the commentators were a little bit naive to it. Sometimes I feel like his commentators don't really do their research. Again, like he was at bottom for a long time, but was still able to got it through. And yeah, I think Paul Craig's definitely going to be somebody who's a problem. Obviously got the triangle, did brilliant work, and yeah, I think Paul Craig's an interesting player at light heavyweight, but it'd be interesting to see him against a bit more higher competition. Anthony Smith, I think, would be the perfect one in my opinion for someone like that, but we'll see how that one goes. And my next and final honourable mention on this one, because there are, like I said, some decent fights. Now we get into my ones to watch out for and the big takeaways. So the first one I want to talk about, this is a guy who I've been screaming about for a long time. Mohamed Mokaev got to 7-0, submitted Cody Durden knocked him down initially with the flying knee because Durden is a wrestler and he dipped for the takedown. And at 21, he has got so much potential, and I just think this is a future champ. I honestly think his amateur and regional record is very, very good, and he's been fighting for a long time. You know, people don't really realize this. Just obviously professionally, a lot of experience, but has been doing a lot. And you know, I think with Mokaev, he said he wants to be the youngest champion in UFC history, and currently that goes to John Jones. How old was John Jones when he won the belt? I want to say he was like 23, but let me see here. Yeah, 23, like I said. So 21 Mokaev, I could see it. You know, he wants to fight Tim Elliott, he said. I think that would be, I mean, what he wants to do obviously is get up them rankings, and Tim Elliott would be a big way to do that. And honestly, like I said, I don't know who beats Mokaev. I think his grappling's fantastic. He's been mixing it up for a while. His strikes are he's a pretty decent on the feet, to be fair. At flyweight, they're very light on their feet anyway. So yeah, I just this guy's a problem, man, and everybody should be watching out for him. I think Mokaev is like I said, somebody who I've been screaming about for a long time. So it's finally good to see him in the UFC, and finally good to see him show that potential, which he has. And at 21, the sky's the limit. So yeah, problem is what Mohamed Mokaev is, and a great win for him. And if you want to make a debut, that's how you do it. Like, people want to see finishes. You went in there, got the flying knee, and then choked him out. So it's exactly what you want to see from a young prospect. So a brilliant win. And yeah, I think Mokaev is a real problem for that division. But like, we always want to calm with fights. It's only his first fight, but I do think, yeah, I don't know who beats him, honestly. I know very early on, like I said, but I think you've got to be smart. But in that division, it's very thin. So yeah, I think it's achievable. We're in the early part of 2022. By next year, I could see him challenging for the belt, to be honest, if he does enough, obviously. But yeah, great win for Mokaev, though. And yeah, I'm excited to see him again. I don't know when he'll be there again. Didn't take any damage. Nothing really happened to make you think that he can't fight for another 6 months or however long it is. But they're a good win, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. And now on to the next one, who I think people should watch out for. And this is someone, when he beat Sodiq Yusuff, this is when I took Arnold Allen seriously. People often talk about Leon Edwards, they talk about Darren Till, talk about Paddy, talk about a lot of upcoming, you know, fighters from the UK in MMA. To me, honestly, I'm not saying he's the best hope for a belt, but I honestly think that he's the dark horse of that division. He was ranked number 7 coming into the fight against Dan Hooker. Now, I thought he would win anyway. When fighters go down away, it affects their chin, we all know this. And with Dan Hooker, I just didn't see what he could really do to Arnold Allen, to be honest with you. Good striking, and you know, Arnold Allen's powerful, southpaw, trains with Faraz Sahabi. There's a lot to him that I think people don't realise, and the featherweight division is primarily full of strikers. The Beat really is the only solid grappler, I think, in that division, and he gasses out a lot anyway. And when you look at Volkanovski, he can grapple a bit, but again, it's not a specialist. And I think the power is one thing that's going to be interesting to see how people cope with it. Again, with Dan Hooker, it's a shame what happened with Dan Hooker, to be honest, because he was very, at a point, very good, very exciting to watch, but he's just getting absolutely destroyed in every single fight now. And I think that Dustin Poirier fight really hurt him a lot. To his credit, he did drop Allen momentarily in the fight, but yeah, I don't know what's up with Dan. I think that Poirier fight really took a lot out of him and hasn't been the same since. So hopefully he could come back, but I just don't know. But Arnold Allen is a beast, and yeah, after this fight, like I said, when he beat Sodiq Yusuff, that was when because I really rate Sodiq Yusuff. I think he's very good, but Allen absolutely just bullied him in there. Like I said, he's ranked number 7, and if I look at these featherweight rankings, obviously Volkanovski is scheduled to fight the Korean Zombie, because I don't know. I mean, the Korean Zombie is good. I don't know why he's almost jumped a little bit high. This featherweight division is weird. I didn't thought that Ortega should have fought for the belt. I did, but it is what it is. Arnold Allen against Shikazi could be a good fight. Calvin Kattar would be a really good fight, I think Kattar actually would be an amazing fight for him to come back to. 2 boxers as well, so I think that'd be a real solid main event, to be honest with you. But yeah, Arnold Allen, man, watch out for him, man. He ain't no joke, and yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. When's the last time he actually lost? 18-1 as a record. Now, if you look there's one thing about Arnold Allen as well. He rarely ever makes that many mistakes in fights, and with fighters like that, and again, training with Faraz Sahabi, does make you think he has got the brains in his corner to get it done. So if you look at his record, the last few fights, it took me ages to get up. Obviously beat Sodiq Yusuff before, just beat Nick Lentz before that, beat Jordan Rinaldi, beat Gilbert Melendez 2018 if you go back in there, beat Bernal before that, beat Amir Khani, and yeah, he's literally, has he not lost? I don't think he's lost in UFC. So at 28 as well, I think he slept on. I really do. And if Max Holloway kind of struggles to make the 145 limit, I know he's doing well at the moment, but he's always wanted to go up to lightweight. He's still about fighting at welterweight at points. So, and if Volkanovski's good, but I don't know if there's something about him that feels like he's always susceptible to being like knocked out or something. But he's a great fighter, though, Volkanovski. Again, maybe not there yet, Alan, but he's not that far off. So yeah, excited to see what Arnold Allen does going forward, because like I said, the dark horse of heavyweight division, in my opinion. But really good. And now for the one guy, whoever is talking about after the guy, this is my third one to look out for, and I think everybody's going to agree with this, is Tom Aspinall in the main event. Easy pick to say this is the guy to look out for, but honestly, he looks so good every single time I see him. Amazing on the ground, really slick on the feet. Yeah, I don't know. He against Volkov is let's not get twisted. Volkov is a real threat, and Aspinall just made it look easy. And honestly, he's kind of a part. Is him? And he's not like the exact same, but he's kind of the same sort of wheelhouse as like a Cyril Gane or something like that. Very slick on the feet, good mover. You know, you look at his last few fights, beat Sergey Spivak, beat Orlovsky. You know, it shows you that he's been up there with some real guys. But now I think him and Tuivasa, I think, makes a lot of sense. And like I said, I think this could be a future champion. This is how the new breed of heavyweight, the Cyril Ganes, the Tom Aspinalls, guys were slick, good on the feet. Cyril Gane was there, I'm pretty sure, at the fight. So that would be interesting, you know. But yeah, did amazing on the feet. Absolutely, you know, destroyed Volkov on the ground. And I mean, destroyed. And again, Volkov, no joke. I mean, Volkov is very tough. But Aspinall, like I said, made it look easy. And Volkov had the reach and the height on him, and he still made it look so easy. So ranked number 11 Aspinall, but I don't know who. I'm not saying I don't know who beats him, but it just shows. And even like I say, on the feet he was so good. On the ground, he finished him with a Kimura. He's just a problem for that heavyweight division. So yeah, I'm excited to see what Tom Aspinall does in the future going forward. And I definitely think him and Tuivasa next would be an incredible fight. But yeah, they're my three picks, who I think the three guys to watch out for from the UFC London card. I might do this more often, to be honest. There's a few good cards on the horizon, but this is definitely the best card of the year so far, I think. And like I said, Mohamed Mokaev, Aspinall, and Arnold Allen. You could have three champions who both come from the UK. I know Mohamed Mokaev comes from Russia or Dagestan, but I think he's registered to be a UK citizen. He's pretty much a Mancunian. Lived here for most of his life, so yeah. I think it's an exciting time for English MMA, UK MMA. We didn't have that many fighters a long time ago who looked that great, but now we have so many coming through. So yeah, it's exciting and be interesting to see how all these fighters go moving forward. For Mokaev, Tim Elliott would be a great fight. For Arnold Allen, I want Calvin Keir. And for Tom Aspinall, I think Tai Tuivasa would be a really intriguing fight. So yeah, that's sort of my picks for UFC London. And yeah, until next time.